First off, Travis spoke last game about matching the desperation level of a Jets team that was coming in struggling. Pittsburgh's lost 6 straight. What's the key now going into another desperate team here tonight?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, we're in a spot too where we'd obviously like to win this game, so we just got to be desperate in ourselves and just want this game and more than them, and then we'll see what happens.
So, like going up against Sid, I know you guys are pretty close.
Yeah, it's always fun. I think it's always a good challenge, and then anytime you can play against your good buddy, I think it's always fun. But no, it's obviously a big game for both teams tonight, so we'll chat after.
At the age of 38, it's kind of hard to believe that he's their leading goal scorer. He's got 19 this year, more than anybody on this team. How do you explain, watching him train in the summer, how he maintains that in his age?
Yeah, I mean, no surprise for me. Every summer I'm waiting for him to lose a step or something, but it seems like he's been the exact same since the day I met him. So really impressive, and like I said, no surprise. Just see day in and day out what he does in the summer to get himself ready for the season, and then just such a consistent player. It's really impressive.
Is it just extra reps, or what is it? Can you share?
I think just how motivated he is. By talking to him, you'd think he's won nothing in his career. I think he's just always hungry for more, and I think that's why he's been so good for so long and won so much. So it's pretty special. I think you don't see that in a lot of players, especially, not many people have his resume, but especially with, what he's done. So it's just impressive to sit back and watch, and at the end of the day, he's just a great guy who loves the game and love being around him.
How do you think just training with him has helped you personally in your game over the summers?
Huge, yeah. I mean, along with the other guys, Sid, Nate, and Brad, ever since I got drafted, was able and fortunate enough to skate with them and just see what they do. And then the last 4 or 5 years being able to train with them as well. It's just, you learn so much and pick up stuff every day just by chatting and hanging out with them. So, it's really motivating for me every day just to go to work with them, really.
It's a big day for Jacques Martin. He coached you briefly 2 years ago. What have you learned from him, and what do you think of the news that he's going to be added to the Ring of Honor?
Yeah, really excited for him and his family. Obviously, that's a huge deal and well deserved. And like you said, I got to have him as a coach and taught me a lot there for the half year, 3/4 of the year, whatever it was I had with him. And it's awesome. He's still here to this day. Great guy to chat with about the game, and successful career coach, and obviously won a Stanley Cup. So just super excited and happy for him.
Drake, how did that win against Winnipeg change the environment in the locker room?
Yeah, it's big. Obviously, we're kind of grinding all game, and we're able to tie it up late and win in overtime. So it's so tight right now. Anytime you can, get a point or get the extra second point, it's huge, obviously. So we just got to keep going, take it one day at a time, and like to get some wins here on home ice.
As you mentioned, with the standings being so tight, has that changed your focus of the team's focus of it this year, just knowing how big of a margin each win or loss creates?
Yeah, I think it's different. Haven't seen it this close ever, really. So, especially 30-some games into the year. So, it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. But, like you said, it just feels like each game means so much more. It feels like we're in March right now since the first game. So, it's exciting though, and you gotta love it.
You're at a point per game pace this year. How do you explain that? Just how well you've been playing and producing so far this season?
Yeah, tough to say. I mean, I think I've been playing with some good line mates who have obviously helped me out. I don't know, a lot of work in the summer, getting a few bounces, but I'm just trying to go out there and do whatever I can on a nightly basis to help the team win games. That's pretty much it.
Do you feel like you're playing in a different style, or is it anything different kind of in your game than maybe years past? Or
Hard to say. I mean, maybe protecting the puck a little bit more in the O-zone, getting some more O-zone time. That's been leading to some chances and some goals. It's tough to think about it right now, but I think every player going in the summer, you always want to improve your game, and that's just what I try to do.
Yeah, every game matters. Every point matters, and every play you make has an effect on the game. So you got to be locked in for every play, and try and make the right play every time. Because you make a mistake, it could cost us a goal, it could cost us a point, and where the standings are right now, every point matters. So, but at the end of the day, just look at each game as another chance to win.
From your perspective, how has Sidney Crosby maintained his level of excellence, at the age of 38?
Yeah, it's awesome to watch. It's obviously very impressive. He's still a top player in this league, and I would just say it's probably all the work he's put in throughout his career, and his dedication to the game and his love for the game, and it's awesome to see him playing this well. So,
what have been your impressions of how Drake has been playing to start off this year, and have you noticed any subtle differences in his game this year compared to the little bit of time you got with him last year?
Yeah, I think he's been great this year. He can play all areas of the game. He's tons of skill, but he can also go to the dirty areas. Win battles, be physical. So he's a great all-around player who can. He's a great shot. He sees the ice. So he's awesome to play with. I love playing with him. So yeah.
Drake has made an emphasis on trying to be harder on pucks. I know Travis has tried to instill that in him. In your impressions of that side of his game, what do you think he's been? Do you feel he's been really good at?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of our identity is being hard, being physical, being strong. I think that's something that's been emphasized a lot, and something we can all work on. And I think he's trying to improve that part of his game a lot, and it shows.
What's something Jacques Martin has taught you in your short time with him? He's getting inducted to the Ring of Honor.
I haven't spoken to him a whole lot, but obviously he's around, and it's great having him around with all the experience he has and his resume. So I know he talks with the coaches lots and helps out with them lots. Yeah.
Your lineup tonight?
Yeah, they'll both be fine. They'll be fine.
Who's starting in net tonight?
Linus.
After the Winnipeg game, I know you talked about how you guys had been sticking to the process. It had been frustrating because even though you've been playing well, you hadn't been getting the results. Can you just describe how big that Winnipeg game was? Like, to win that game, to turn a page, possibly?
Yeah, it was a big win. It feels like every game, every time you win, feels like a big win with the way the standings are this year. But I think it was important because, you want to keep belief in your group, and sometimes you play well and you don't win. And it gets, I thought we had a stretch of games where we really liked our game. I thought all 3 home games was a pretty good example of having a stretch where you like your game and you don't get the results you want. You go on the road, and again, we played well in Columbus and really liked our game in Minnesota, but you don't win, and getting your team to stick with it sometimes is easier said than done, and give our team a lot of credit. They stuck with the game and get a late goal and then win it in overtime. So it was nice to win that game.
This morning that Jacques Martin is getting inducted
Yeah.
to the Ring of Honor. In your time with him, what have you learned about him, and what sticks out about his
So many things stick out. I think it's a great honor for him and well deserved. He's a hockey man through and through. He's been in the league a long time. He loves the game. He's got a lot of passion for it. He's great to work with, great to have by our side. He's got a lot of subtle little things that he says that I take to heart and really put a lot of thought into some of the things that he brings up. He's a funny guy to be around, which maybe a lot of people wouldn't know, but just a well-deserved honor. Can't say enough good things about him.
What's it say?
You could bring, how he says these little things, anything that's
Just
really stuck to you?
he's a smart hockey guy. You don't stay in the league that long and coach that long without being smart. And I think it's important for coaches to listen to other people. Have good people around you. Check your ego at the door and take good advice.
Does it do anything for perspective, seeing a guy that has done so much in his career and definitely doesn't need to be in hockey but wants to be at the rink every single day still?
It's a privilege to be in the NHL. I think those are things that we talk about, and he's a good example of it. It's the best league in the world. You talk about having passion for the game. I think it's a good reminder for players. You're very fortunate to be in the league and don't take it for granted. And if you have a lot of passion for the game, good things can happen, either as a player or as a coach, and Jock's a great example of that.
When it comes to the Pittsburgh Penguins, like, you played against Crosby.
Yeah,
How incredible is it that he, like, how do you explain his longevity in this league? How impressive is that?
Well, very, first of all. Just thinking back as a young player, he was young, I wasn't then, but, his competitive nature at a young age was very obvious. When you talk about passion for the game, you don't play that long. I don't know Sid, I've met him a few times, but I can guarantee you that he has a lot of passion for the game and loves the game deeply. You don't play that long if you don't, and you don't have a strong competitive nature to do great things and win. And I think the best players in the history of the game they love the game, and they love playing, and they're not afraid to work and be very competitive in their work, and I know he has that.
Not only is, he's still playing, but he's still producing too. When you watch film and watch him play, how do you think he's maintained that productivity into the age of
He's still a
38?
great player in the league, and that a lot of credit to him. As you get older, it gets harder to be a great player in the league. Father Time is undefeated, and Sid has found a way to keep being productive, and probably says a lot about what he does in his off season, how he prepares during the season, how, I think, any player that gets older, it doesn't just happen naturally. They put in a lot of work behind the scenes that you don't see, and those are always good examples for younger players in the league as well.
Travis, in November you averaged 22 shots per game, and now in December it's like 33. What difference do you see on the ice that can explain that difference?
We've been talking a lot and working a lot on our offensive game. I think our players are still improving in that part of our game, and we're starting to see some results. The puck hasn't gone in the net the way we've liked it to, but we've definitely had better offensive zone time and some good looks, and I'd like to see the puck go in the net a little more.
How much is shot quality versus quantity discussed when you
A lot.
guys-
Yeah, we're not a team that just throws pucks to the net for the sake of it. We want to get inside looks. We want to, get chances from the scoring areas, but we don't want to just shoot the puck away for no reason.
Considering what defenses do to try to take away the middle of the ice, and how much those defenses improve year over year, how would you describe that challenge of building offenses that can get to the middle of the ice while, again, dealing with these defenses that obviously know how to plan against that?
Yeah, everyone's trying to take, the inside of the ice away and prevent scoring chances from the inside. I think there is every team has a different way of getting those chances, and we have our way, and I think we're starting to see results in that. It's easier said than done. You've got to be strong on the puck. You got to have good vision. You got to have a good touch with the puck. There's a lot that goes into creating chances on the inside of the ice. It's not a secret that you want to get them done, and you can talk about it, but you still have to go out and do it. And I think we're getting better at it with the team that we have.